Good morning, comic book fans. You're with the Comic Book Push at the Comics Club, Tampa and Brandon's favorite comic gaming store. It is the final Wednesday, new comic book day of the month, July. We had 5 this month. What a great month. It's always great to have 5. I have so many things to show you and go over today. What an amazing week it is for comic books. Look, we've got a stack that is about 8 inches tall. It's been, settling overnight. But hey, Steve Fisher, thank you so much for joining us. It's been settling there overnight. It's a funny thing because, it shows me the viewers are just showing up. I don't know how long you've been there, but just showing up. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. We have a lot to go over today. San Diego Comic-Con offered some amazing things this year, and one of the things that was offered as a San Diego Comic-Con previews exclusive were 2 statues that are limited to only 1,000 each, and these are amazing. They're black and white versions of Superman. Only 1,000 of these are made. It's a San Diego Con previews exclusive, limited to 1,000 pieces. What an amazing looking statue this is. How cool is that? And like I say, only 1,000. That is extremely low number when it comes to collectibles in the comic world, because I'll tell you what, there's a lot more than 1,000 Superman fans out there, right? And Batman. Look, check this out. What an awesome statue. It's a black and white version. They've done regular versions of these, the regular color, plus they did just a black Batman, Superman in his black costume one. We have one of those in stock, and they're all limited editions. So even the other ones were only 3,000 made, but these are only 1,000 made. What an incredibly cool collectible! And of course, if you know the secret word, you can get 15% off of one of those. Or if you're a Discount Club member or subscriber, you can get 20% off. What a really great deal on these, only limited to only 1,000 a piece. That is amazing. So there's that. Also, today marks the final week of our final day of our week-long Christmas in July sale. And today only, wall books are on sale, 25% off, 30% off if you're a Discount Club member or subscriber. And we extended one more day the supplies to Wednesday, because I know a lot of people said they wanted to get in, but they couldn't get in to be able to take advantage of our supply sale. So again, today we have supplies, all collecting supplies will be on sale, 20% off, and an extra 5% to those who are Discount Club members and subscribers. So, okay, those are the sales that we have going on. San Diego Comic-Con statues. We have a wall book of the week. I have seen the future, and it's a stark doom. The buzz right now everywhere is the idea that Doom, which Victor Von Doom made his first appearance in Fantastic Four in July 1962. You're talking 52 years ago, this character came along. Still younger than me. But a 52-year-old character, the monarch of Latveria. So Dr. Victor Von Doom, created by Jack Kirby, and I think Stan Lee may have had something to do with it too. But if you listen to interviews where Jack Kirby has been interviewed about Victor Von Doom, the character, I'll tell you what, he has a knowledge of the character that he had a knowledge of the character that's rather extensive. And when you're talking about him, he talked about his personality, everything about this character as if he had written the character, as if he had created the character. Of course, he gave us the first look of the character. And I'll tell you what, I think that if you had to weigh in, just from looking at the history and who had most input, Kirby had a hell of a lot of input on this character. I'll tell you that. Sometimes I think what happened in the history, and not always, but I think every once in a while, Stan Lee would come up with this idea, which would be a one line, one sentence, and some of the artists and writers around him would just create the character from his one idea. So how much of it was Stan Lee's spark of inspiration, and 90% of those guys doing the actual creating of the characters. But anyway, that's the way they played back then. And today we give more credit to the people who actually were involved. We have a lot more information these days about that stuff. It wasn't kept behind closed doors between just the company and their writers and artists. Anyway, I've gone too far into that. We have no time for that. We have to tell you about what is happening with Victor Von Doom. This is Victor Von Doom. We have 2 wall books for you. These just made the wall yesterday, and we're talking about this. Yeah, that's right, this one. Go have a look on eBay right now. It'll blow your mind what is happening with this book right here. So this is billed as Victor Von Doom as Iron Man. As you can see, it's the first time Victor is Iron Man. But there's another book. There's another book that is also equally hot. And this is the one that is billed as Tony Stark as Doom. So we've got Doom as Stark, as Iron Man, and Stark as Doom. I think what we're going to see, because of this big announcement at San Diego Comic-Con, I think what we're going to see, I personally think, it's going to be a mind swap thing. And because Doom has done that before, he did it to Reed Richards in the comics, where he swapped minds with him. Of course, it didn't go well for Von Doom or anyone else. He makes a disaster of things. But because he's so bent on power. And anyway, so these two books right now at the Comics Club, there are wall books. And don't forget, you get an extra discount if you know the secret word today. And wall books are on sale anyway. So if they even last past today, because look, even if you don't know the secret word, even if you have nothing to do with it, they're on sale today. 25% off, something like that. Come in and get these. They're not going to last. I've only got these. Maybe I have some other ones in my own collection I could potentially pull out, but who knows? These are great books. They're the hottest books on earth right now. Don't miss your chance to get them at the Comics Club. Oh my gosh. So what are we going to see? Evil Tony? Is it a mind swap thing? Is it just Robert Downey Jr. playing, Victor Von Doom, which, he's a diverse actor. He could do that. My curtain is falling away. Anyway, so I think that it could be any of those things. Mind body swap, Evil Tony. So there you go. Those are what we have. We have some other things to show you, not just that, but wow, how cool. How cool are these? Hottest books on earth this week. I'm so glad we have them all to offer to you guys. Previews. This is a definitive guide on most, not all, but most independent comic book publishing going on, and all kinds of cards, games, toys, everything you love to collect and to buy. You can find it here in the previews catalog, which you can find at the Comics Club. And the latest issue is out now. Just came in. All right. We have this fun stuff too. The Night Librarian. This is looks like a young reader novel, a graphic novel, actually. It's a graphic novel. And it looks like a lot of fun. For Halloween. Steve, with all of the reality hopping after Loki series and Deadpool Wolverine movie, my guess is alternate reality with Stark becomes Doom. That's a real good possibility too. There's no reason why not. The multiverse is a huge thing these days with Marvel, which is kind of funny because it used to be DC's thing, and Marvel was kind of like, well, we have this one universe, but who cares about that? That's an alternate universe. We don't really do that, and suddenly they embraced it big time. Cthulhu Deep Under Volume 1. That cover picture, giant thing coming out of the water, giant hand. Okay, all new Firefly in trade paperback. Why not? Of course. Into the verse, right? Godzilla versus the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. What fun stuff is that? Godzilla. He's coming at you, Power Rangers. DC through the 80s. The Experiments. These are the crazy comics, some that were huge successes, some that still today have got people scratching their heads of what were they thinking. But this is a really cool, beautiful hardcover book of DC through the 80s. What a cool book. If you're a child of the 80s, if you grew up reading comics in the 80s, I grew up reading comics in the 60s and 70s and 80s, this is the book for you. So there you go. We also have comics. This is an amazing book. It's Charles Burns is an amazing comic artist, and he is an amazing artist, and he does this comic format. These are all covers. Inside this, every page is a cover of a comic. It's not for kids, by the way. And it's just a really remarkable, beautiful book that is done as if, it's all these fantasy comic book covers that never actually existed. That's what they're supposed to be. Crazy comic covers. So crazy, wild stuff. Not for kids. It's not for kids, but it's amazing artwork, and that guy should be commended for his amazing talent and his cleverness. So there you go. that's the trades and stuff we have. How are we doing for time? We've got a lot of books to look at. And I'll tell you what, the Marvel and Indies really overwhelmed everything else this week. And don't forget, this is the final show, so you had chances to get 5 entries into our drawing for next week. Please enter your comment down below to get into the drawing. That's cool. I had a trivia question mainly because I want to know the answer. I'm too lazy to look it up on Google. Does anybody know what the theme music was for the Green Hornet 60s TV show? Was there a name for it, or was it just something swiped from a classic music? I need an answer to that. If somebody could tell me, find out. Leave a comment down below and tell me that information down there. That'd be fine. All right, so we have this week's variants. Great stuff. Gargoyle's Quest. We're up to issue number 3. This is a 1 in 10. And Gargoyle's Quest number 3. This is also, I think, 1 in 15. We have the Firefly Versus number 1. I'm not certain what this is. It may be an alternate universe. I think that might be what they mean by verses, different universes. I'm not 100% certain, but it's another great Firefly book, so we're all happy. And that's a 1 in 5 variant, by the way. And this here is a 1 in 10 variant. So this looks like one where the brown coats are still battling the forces of the Empire, or whoever they are. This is the House of Slaughter, issue number 25, the unlockable cover. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Black, White, and Green number 3. 1 in 10 variant is a shiny pizza-eating green turtle. Godzilla Rivals versus Manda. What a cool artwork this is. I really like that artwork. This artist is amazing. Great stuff. All right, and we have, of course, Amazing Spider-Man number 54 coming out. This is a 1 in 50 cover. It's a connecting cover, it looks like. Must connect to other 1 in 50s, would be my guess. And if you don't like that one, how about this one? It's an interesting one. This is Amazing Spider-Man 54, 1 in 25. It's got him running up the Brooklyn Bridge there. Looks like. Blood Hunt, the bloodiest comic book, and we're talking about Doom, and this book has Doom prominently featured on the cover. This is a 1 in 25 Blood Hunt with the hottest character of the month on the cover of it. So don't hesitate. Get yourself your copy now. And one of the most highly sought after variants for every issue of Blood Hunt has been their Bloody Alternate, the one that's bagged, something explicitly violent on the cover, always. And that is a 1 in what? I think it's a 1 in 25, yeah. X-Force launches a new series with issue number 1. This is 1 in 25 of that book. Ultimate Spider-Man number 7. That's a 1 in 25, believe it or not. It's got Ben Parker sitting at his desk with this character somehow reflecting in the background. Interesting cover. And last but certainly not least is Blood Hunt number 5, a 1 in 10. What a great cover that is. I believe this is also a connecting cover. Looks like one. Should be, if it's not. There you go. Hey, good morning there, Beatty. Hey, Joe. Good to see you. Good to see you on the show. Happy Wednesday. And Joe, I have your book sitting over there. I haven't forgotten your book. Yeah, I see it every day, and every day I say, I got to get to that today. But you know what? It's worth the wait, Joe. And I still owe you dinner or lunch. What do I owe you? Dinner or lunch, is it, Joe? All right, here we go. We're going to jump into DC because DC's got a very thin stack. Not a big showing for DC this week. Kind of disappointing if you're a DC fan. This week's books are great, but there's not much. There's just not much here. I'll tell you what we've got. We've got Task Force. This is Task Force 7, number 3. Part of that Absolute Power storyline. Absolute Power Task Force 3. Task Force 7, number 3. Brunch is fine. Brunch sounds even better. Sounds great. Mimosas over lunch. It sounds like a great plan. All right, here we go. Justice League of America. This is a facsimile edition. I love this cover. It's got a chess game going on it. One of my favorite things to see on the cover. If you don't like that cover, do your own there. There you go. And how about this? A shiny foil version of it. And those toys I always wanted when I was a kid, but I couldn't get that $1.98. It was just too much. I couldn't scrape it together. You know how many comics I could buy with that? At least 8. Or maybe 10 more. They were 12 cents a piece, basically, when I was buying them. Red Hood the Hill, number 6. Great stuff. This is fun. Super Pet Special Bite Identity Crisis. Ooh, there's that cover. And I like this next cover even better, even though this has the whole gang there. Look at them all. Who could name all of those characters? All of those different super creatures. Who could name them all? And we've got this cover, which is awesome. I think it's Streaky versus, what is... My lighting here is so horrible. What is that? Lex Luthor as a hairless Chihuahua or something. And last but not least, you know, jumping around with butterflies. It's just wonderful. How wonderful. Let's see here. We have this stack of indies. This first one it's different, and I don't know how else to explain except different, but it's cool. It bills itself as 1 part recipe blog, 1 part comic book with a dash of sardonic humor, a dollop of existential dread, and a pinch of gig economy camaraderie. That was a mouthful. Bottoms up. I've only got 1 copy, kids. It is this strange thing, but it actually does what it says. Some really cool artwork in there of some food. And then this, I think they did that with raisins, or no, though it's coffee beans. I look at it closer. It turns out it's coffee beans. And then there's you get this thing here, and it's just a wild ride, and it's different and it's unusual, and I highly recommend it. Whoever gets it, you get the only one. I only got 1. Antsy Boys number 2. And Nancy Boys number 2. If I could spit it out correctly, there you go. Cool art on the back cover. I'm going to have to go fast because we don't have a lot of time. And it's already almost 20 after. Judgment Day number 3 from the world of Archie. Wow, that's a cool cover. I'm liking that one. Whoa. There you go. Great fun stuff. Biden's Titans and Mickey Mouse apparently have teamed up. So Biden's Titans. And look at that, Steamboat Willie and Joe Biden off on a final cruise together. Blade Runner. You like Blade Runner? There's that cover for you. This is Blade Runner just hitting the stands. Tokyo Nexus Blade Runner. And draw your own Blade Runner of Tokyo Nexus issue number 1. Dead on Arrival, DOA as it's called. New comic book, number 1 from American mythology. Kind of very strange and bizarre covers on this one. Is that Eastman? Almost looks like it, but it's not. And then we have this Fire. This is a different one. Final Fight. This is from Capcom and Udon. Uh-oh. Looks like someone's going to get blown up. And draw your own, of course. It's always good to draw your own. Firefly Versus. I love this cover. I absolutely love this cover. Somehow I missed that cover, though. Other than that, there was a 1 in 10. It was great. That cover, Virgin. Yeah, got missed. Sorry about that, kids. There's that Berserker Fallen Empire, the pen and ink version. Berserker Fallen Empire, pen and ink version. House of Slaughter, number 25. And that one, too. This is this mask. Unveiled. Spoiler. Sorry about that. Florida Man versus Hogzilla. That's right. Hogzilla. Get your Hogzilla right here, boys. Florida Man does it again. Hogzilla. I'll tell you what, that one cover, this is actually a wraparound. Look at that. In the pickup truck with the hogs. What's going on there? Just what in the world is going on there? Grimm. This is a heck of a drive-through. Grimm number 19. And Grimm Fairy Tales, number 86. I didn't know we were carrying this in the store, but apparently we are. A couple of issues anyway. And Godzilla Rivals there. I showed you the variant of that earlier. Wow, look at that. Loving those covers. Great stuff. Manda. It's a giant snake thing. And this is the fourth printing of Rook Exodus. Fourth printing. Gargoyle's Quest, a couple different covers. This one too. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, black, white, and green. You saw the variant for that earlier. And we have these two covers. Sonic the Hedgehog's up to issue number 71. Wow. Look at that. This is the second series, I believe. Sonic the Hedgehog. He's gonna stay popular forever. Kids are always gonna love Sonic. My Little Pony. That's another one. Huge fan following. Willem of Newbury is up to issue number 3. Department of Truth. If you were a Kennedy fan, it's kind of tough to look at this, but I warn you in advance. Shows assassination of a president. And if that wasn't graphic enough, you got this one on the back. Oh, God. Wow. You know, I'm old enough to remember when that happened. The day in 1963, November, when President Kennedy was assassinated. I was at school, and seemed like everywhere I went, no matter where I went that day, all the adults were crying. I came home from school, and my mom was standing at this kitchen sink, and she was crying. And I asked Mom, why is everybody crying? And she said, the president has died. That's all she said. You know, at 6 years old, I really didn't understand what that meant. But I later learned that that's why everyone in my world was crying on that day. Knights. What do we have to issue here on Knights? It's issue number 9. Some really detailed artwork. I love it when the artist takes some time and gives you a whole scene full of detailed art. That is awesome. Saga is up to issue number 67. Wow. It took a little bit of a hiatus and it came back and it's bigger than ever. That's a strange dolphin, eh? Spawn, issue number 355, the longest running independent American comic book in the world. Sam and Twitch, issue number 5. G.I. Joe, issue number 308. And there you go. Those are the indies we have to offer today. Now, let's get into that last stack, which is Marvel. Oh, and we will marvel at the wonders that Marvel is bringing us today in comics. Today in comic books. We have, I just gotta make a little room for all of these amazing comic books. There's just so many. Okay, Ultimate Spider-Man. Issue number 7. keep a lookout for the Ultimates issue number 4. There's something special going to happen in there, or some information that will be given, I should say. 2099, issue number 5. Did I show Amazing Spider-Man 54? No, not yet. Here's 54. Amazing Spider-Man 54. And there's that connecting cover. And this cover. I like that. And this one. If you don't like those, we have this whole other series. Spider-Gwen, the Ghost Spider. And we're up to issue number 3 on that one. Flight of the Bumblebee, arranged by Billy May, conducted by Lionel Newman, performed by Al Hirt, was the Hornet song. Thank you, W. Arnold. I appreciate that very much. Flight of the Bumblebee. I love that theme music. I'm going to have to find it and download it. Flight of the Bumblebee. It would remind me of my childhood watching the Green Hornet in black and white. And then when we finally got to see it in color, I found out that, that smoke that came out from behind was green. Because when I was little, the house only had a black and white TV for a very long time. Here it is, Deadpool Wolverine. But no, it's not. It's actually Spider-Gwen and Ghost Spider number 3. They're doing this Deadpool Wolverine covers on all kinds of stuff. And it's confusing. Here's the other Spider-Gwen Ghost Spider. And here's another Spider-Gwen Ghost Spider. Darth Maul. Black, white, and red. Issue number 4. Almost looks like Kirby art there, but it's not. That's a cool one. It's drawn a line in the, what is it? The snow. Spider-Man. Shadow of the Green Goblin. I love how they're crashing through the logo. I love an effective use of the logo like that. It's cool. A creative use, I should say. Miss Marvel, the Infinity Watch, is part of the Infinity Watch storylines going through the annuals. This is Miss Marvel annual number 1. Is it her first ever annual? I think it might be. I'm not 100% certain on that. Blood Hunt number 5. I told you that we have the variants for this, and they're very sought after, and you can get them super cheap today at the Comics Club. Today's wall books are on sale. The new variants and new comics, you have to have a subscription or discount club membership to get a discount on those. They're not part of the wall books when they're new. And there's this one. Deadpool. He has to be on the cover of everything. Him or Wolverine. X-Force keeps going. Number 1. New series. Reforged. Forged. Stormbreaker cover of X-Force. Number 1. Stormbreaker. And last but not least, just, generic logo. Why not? Oh, wait, not last. There's another one. There's this one. Blood Hunt number 5 also has the bloody bagged version because it's explicit content. It's bloodier than usual. Venomverse Reborn. And this is the second printing of World War Hulk Deadpool number 2. Second printing. This is also a second printing of Ultimate Spider-Man number 6. A second printing of Uncle Scrooge and the Infinity Dime. And what is this one? This is Black Widow Venomous issue number 1. I like that one. Captain Marvel. Now the second one you're going to see, you're not going to think it's Captain Marvel, but it is. There it is. Captain Marvel we've got the Deadpool on the cover, but it's Captain Marvel. Fantastic Four with Deadpool on the cover. Fantastic Four number 22. Fantastic Four number 22. It's Fantastic Four, and this is actually Fantastic Four number 22. This is the Fantastic Four that... can you hold on 1 second? Somebody's banging on my door. Hold on. I'll be over in a minute after my show. Thank you so much. Thank you. Sorry about that, kids. That's one of the drawbacks of being by yourself and trying to do the show and the store at the same time. Our next door neighbors informed me that UPS was here earlier. Didn't get a knock on the door, but they were here and left a note with her, but not with me. So I don't know what happened there. Helverine number 3. Helverine number 3. Sorry about that distraction there. There's not much I can do about it, though. Helverine Stormbreaker cover. They're such good buddies. Such pals. Immortal Thor with him on the cover. Deadpool and Wolverine. It's actually Immortal Thor. That's very funny, though. Hamburger face, Immortal Thor. Now, what if, just what if, they said it would never happen. They said they'd never do it. They said, but here it is. It's honest. And, at some point I expect to see the big crossover between the Disney universe and the Marvel universe. But this is a what if. That means it happened in an alternate universe. What if Donald Duck became Wolverine? That's Peach Momoko. That's a wild one. I really like that one. What if Donald Duck had become Wolverine? Oh, there it is. Finally arrived. It's finally here. Is it the apocalypse of the Marvel characters? Midnight Suns Blood Hunt. This is a great cover. I'm liking it. This is the trading card cover. This is a great cover too. Wow. Gotta love that cover. Are you a Blade fan? Mm-hmm. X-Men Heir of Apocalypse. I said I have seen the future, and it's a stark doom. Mr. Happy would like to tell you that the secret word is doom. Doom is the secret word for this week. If you know the secret word, it gets you 15% off any single item. Some restrictions apply. If you're a Discount Club member or subscriber, you get an extra 5%, making it 20%. 20% off. Don't forget today. Thank you, Mr. Happy. Don't forget today is the last day of our sale, and you'll be getting discounts on collecting supplies and wall books. Wall books are such a great deal when you get them on a discount like this because, these aren't going down in price. How you doing, Rayvon? Thank you so much for joining us. What's up in the world? Well, you just missed it. Rewind. Catch it on the rewind because we've just ended the show. I want to thank everybody for joining us. And don't miss this sale. It's the last day of it. We're open until 8 o'clock tonight. Get yourselves in here. Get it. I've only got these, guys, and these are the hottest books on earth right now. And I've got them at really good prices. Honestly, get them slabbed. They're going for over $300, I think, near mint. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Come back and join us. Don't forget to leave a message, a comment down below so I can get you into next week's drawing for all the ones before. And what else can I tell you? Remember to read. It brings out the hero in you. We'll see you next time at the Comics Club.